Hidden beneath stones and sand lie secrets that have captivated and terrified humanity for centuries. From the frozen deserts of Uzbekistan to the sun-baked Valley of the Kings and deep beneath Poland's royal cathedral, explorers have claimed to unleash deadly forces when they dared to disturb the dead. Join me today as we unravel the truth behind these so-called curses. Were they mere coincidence, media hype, or something far more sinister? Let's step inside, if you dare. In 1941, Soviet archaeologists sought to open the tomb of Timur, also known as Tamerlane. He was a 14th century Turco-Mongol conqueror, often considered one of the greatest military leaders in history. However, locals cautioned the Soviets against this action, believing that opening the tomb would bring a curse upon the world. Their concerns were largely based on an inscription found on Tamerlane's tomb, which stated, "When I rise from the dead, the world shall tremble." Additionally, inside his casket was another ominous note that warned, "Whoever disturbs my tomb will unleash an invader more terrible than I." Despite these warnings, Joseph Stalin ordered the exhumation of Tamerlane's body. Just 3 days later, Adolf Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, invading the Soviet Union. In November 1942, Stalin, who was a notorious atheist and an opponent of superstition, unexpectedly ordered the return of Tamerlane's remains to his tomb, complete with full Islamic burial rites and honors. Just weeks later, the Soviets achieved their first major victory at Stalingrad, a battle that historians consider the crucial turning point of the entire Eastern Front. Is this merely a coincidence, or is there something more to it? In 1922, archaeologist Howard Carter made a groundbreaking discovery, the tomb of Pharaoh Tutankhamun. As he broke the seal, whispers of a deadly curse began to spread. Locals warned that the spirit of the boy king guarded his tomb, and anyone who dared to disturb it would face dire consequences. Carved into the tomb's walls was a chilling message: "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king." Despite this ominous warning, Carter and his team dismissed it. Soon, members of the expedition began to fall ill, with each death more mysterious than the last. The first to die was Lord Carnarvon, Carter's patron, who was bitten by a mosquito that became infected. It was said that he screamed in agony at the exact moment the tomb was opened. As Carnarvon's life slipped away, strange events unfolded. The lights in Cairo went out in an eerie blackout. Back in England, Carnarvon's dog howled and died at that same moment. Reports of sudden deaths and illnesses began to circulate, all linked to those connected with the tomb. Were these coincidences, or was something sinister truly protecting the pharaoh's peace? Carter himself experienced unusual misfortunes. His canary was found dead, killed by a cobra, a symbol of Egyptian royalty, just as the tomb was unsealed. Those who survived were haunted, plagued by visions and whispers, as if the spirits of ancient Egypt were demanding retribution. Even today, some believe that Tutankhamun's curse lingers, haunting museums and casting shadows over those who dare to disturb it. So the next time you marvel at ancient artifacts, remember they might be watching. Deep beneath Krakow's ancient Wawel Cathedral lies the final resting place of King Casimir IV Jagiellon, Poland's storied 15th century monarch. For nearly 5 centuries, his stone sarcophagus remained undisturbed until 1973. A team of 12 Polish and British researchers descended into the dim, narrow crypt. Their goal, a simple study of royal remains. But as the heavy lid was pried open, an invisible menace waited in the stale air. In the days that followed, 10 of the 12 researchers fell violently ill, victims of high fever, pneumonia, respiratory collapse, and crippling infections. Most of them would later die. Newspapers screamed, "Curse of the Jagiellon King." But modern science uncovered the true horror: centuries of penicillium and aspergillus fungi lying dormant in the crypt's dust. Once disturbed, those deadly spores went airborne, striking the unsuspecting team like a biological bomb. Doctors struggled helplessly as one scientist after another battled unstoppable pneumonia. Ventilators and antibiotics offered little hope against the onslaught of molds that had thrived in the royal coffin's sealed darkness. There was no hex carved into the stone, no ancient incantation whispered on the wind, just nature's own hidden curse, or maybe the curses does not have to be carved in.